Oh no! Our democracy is under attack again. Our democracy is under attack again and again and again and again. And I think you get the point. Yeah, I've heard this several times over the last 4+ years. Every single time, it's the Democrats saying it. Our democracy is under attack. Our democracy is under attack. It's being attacked by right-wing groups and these other people. That's why we need democratic socialism or something like that. Because I love electing my dictator. It's a great idea. Yes, totally worth electing a Maduro, a Pol Pot, a Mao. Yeah, I'm gonna elect one of those people because, starving to death seems cool. Having myself removed from my current job so I can plow a field sounds great. I love that idea. Small businesses, no, you don't exist because the socialist regime, the state needs farmers for the food because everybody needs to live in those bread lines. Going a little bit too far, I'm sure. The statement that our democracy is under attack is so fucking asinine that it's beyond annoying. Democracy under attack, my ass. We don't have a democracy here. We do vote. Don't get me wrong, we do vote, and some things go by majority rule. But when we vote, we put people into office to do a job that we expect them to do. How does one get elected? Let's start there, right? Let's start at the mayor level.
Master, your technique is invincible, and you're bound to get the leadership. Well now, who's next?
City mayor. Let's just start there. Is it by majority that they win? Or is each county voted and counted, and the most counties that win, the mayor gets? That is a representative republic, not a democracy. See, the design of our system in the United States is not a democracy. So indeed, your want of democracy is under attack because it's shit. See, the same group that harps about underrepresented and marginalized groups constantly wants to marginalize groups constantly. Democratic socialism is a great idea. It'll save the planet by marginalizing groups. That's what amazes me. The system that we have, the representative republic that we do have, is designed to give voice to the minority. And not the minority as you might think it, oh racist or sexist. No, it's not a voice to trans people. It's not a voice to blacks or Hispanics or any other thing like that. It's a voice to rural people. I have 50 people in this town. They deserve a voice. More than the 7,000 people in the city. There is, in Houston, where I live, I think the population right now is around 5 million people. It is a big-ass city. I could look it up, but I'm not going to. I'm guessing.
That's very interesting. You've done well. You've got the right technique.
The city of Houston being as big as it is, with 5 million plus people, the people on the outskirts, the people that live in the rural areas, the farmers and so on and so forth, who have to live under the edicts, if you will, of Houston's judge, who's a lunatic, they voted her in. Each county had a say in who should be the judges, and that's how it went. The counties went toward this person. The minority counties voted for this person. The ones that are least populated had a bigger voice than the ones that are most populated. The minority. These people that seem to claim that they want and talk about minorities so much are talking about demographics. They're not talking about populations. So it got me thinking, why the hell would they want a pure democracy? Why do they keep wanting and demanding a pure democracy? When the senator, I can't remember which one it was, said, "We are not a democracy" up on Twitter, and it got Twitter trending with democracy under threat or some shit. And AOC comes back as, "Well, maybe we should be." No, fuck you, no. You know who deserves a bigger voice than your cities? Wyoming, Montana, North and South Dakota, all the flyover states that you guys ignore. Yeah, they deserve a bigger voice than California, than Texas, than New York, than Florida. Although Florida's kind of rural too. Depends on where you go. Orlando's pretty freaking huge. But why? Why do they keep insisting on democracy? They want democracy. Every time you hear them talk about something about democracy's under threat, and we need our democracy, and blah, blah, democracy. Why? Well, think back. Trump won. How did he win? Electoral college. Why did they want to abolish it? Because Trump won. Electoral college functions in a representative republic, meaning that the people that are the minorities have a bigger voice than the majority through the electoral college. The electoral college, the electoral representatives, vote based on their population majority. So the democracy happens at the individual level. The individuals get to say, and what the representatives will say. Unfortunately, some states have changed the law there, in case you didn't notice, that if there's a majority of electoral votes, the entire state must therefore give all the electoral votes to a single person. That's not how it's supposed to work. That's not a representative republic. That's a twist into democracy. That's a forced democracy. Because now you just silenced the minority. All the electoral college votes that were going to go toward the minority, you just handed over to the majority. How's that fair? But at any rate, they keep saying it. Hillary Clinton bitched about it. Why did she bitch about it? Because if we were a democracy, she would have won. That's plain and simple. That's exactly what would happen. As they keep rubbing in everyone's faces, she won the popular vote. She did. She won the popular vote. That's true. If we were a democracy, she would have been the president of the United States for the last 4 years, and I'm pretty sure we would be at full-out war with Russia at this point in time. I would have no doubt. But we're not, now are we? We're not a democracy. We're a representative republic. This is junior high civics. I should know. I helped my kids on their homework recently. Junior high is when this shit is taught. 3 branches of the government, why we're a representative republic over a democracy, don't consider us a democracy, and then they do a mock thing where they actually have people vote and all this fun stuff, and anyways. Here's the point.
My friend, stop all this talk. Teach him a lesson.
If we had a democracy here, the biggest populations would always dictate the outcomes. Ironically, all the biggest population areas are Democrat. City of Houston, Democrat. That would mean all of Texas would go to Democrats, including Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, and El Paso. Democrat centers. The cities themselves, the major rural populations, the major dense populations across our nation, most of them, the highest populated ones, are democratically run. They're Democrat cities. Portland, Democrat. San Francisco, Democrat. San Diego, I think it might be an exception. If I remember right, they have a Republican running that place at this point in time. I could be wrong, but you never know. New York. Boy, is that place Democrat. But here's the point. They want this to be a democracy so that they will always win. So that they'll always be in charge. So that they'll always have power. Thankfully, the minority has a vote. The minority has the majority. The minority isn't silenced. For those people that keep on bleeding heart telling us about how they're worried about minorities and marginalized people, well, switching to democracy would marginalize a shit ton of people. Fortunately for us, we're a representative republic. How about you not marginalize people? How about you hold true to your principles? You don't want to marginalize people. No, you don't want to marginalize race. That's really what you're after. So you're a racist, essentially. And that's going to be in my next video. I've talked about it before, but I'm going to go over it again. Why not? It deserves a fresh look, I guess. So, please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time.
I will always be most grateful. I must leave now.